Okay, welcome back. From our previous lesson, we learned how to develop search interface, and I have just modified my browser, and I believe you can do so. What I did was I customized my bar. I just added a color. I changed all the buttons to white color, and that was the only thing. And then I deleted the status strip 1, remaining the status strip 2. Right, good. So from this point, this is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to start a project for you to see how mine looks like, right? So that it can be more interesting. Now from this point, you can see that this is what I've done so far. And when I search for google.com, you see that cannot be reached because I don't have internet access for now. But guys, let's see something. How can we add a side navigation bar and then the other sections, right? The WhatsApp, the Twitter, the Instagram, and then the rest, right? So we're going to do that. Before we can do that, let's add a panel, right? So for this panel, I'm going to add a panel here. So okay, all right, let's add a new user control. I'm gonna add a user control right here, and for this user control, I'm gonna call it sidebar, right? Good. And then for this sidebar, I will just increase the size of it, and then from this section, I would like to change the color to the same thing, right? So I'll just go to the color, and then I will say 15 comma 15 comma 15 comma 15. Good. And this is it, right? So this is it. Now let me quickly go back here to my form. Let me copy this, copy only this, copy, then come to the sidebar, come here, paste it. Now this is it. I believe you can see now. Good. So this is my sidebar, right? And then this is it. Good. So don't be confused because it's kind of, if you don't take care, it will just trick you, So let me quickly go to build solution so that I can see a successful build. Then I go back to the form 1. Now you can see that the sidebar is here. Now double click on the sidebar for it to appear from here, right? So just bring it front. All right, so I believe this should be docked to the left, right? All right, but first of all, let me undock the panel, this panel. So this panel, I'm going to instead of the dock fill, I'll choose none. Then I'll just reposition this something like that. So let me delete this first of all. Let me add this here. Good. Now you can see that this is it. It needs a lot of time because you need to focus on what you are doing. So I'll just dock it to the left side. As you can see, it's being docked here. So I'll just arrange it as I want it to be. So for this, I still go back, then I dock it to fill, right? So it will just fill everything, but this will still be there, right? It will still be there. So that is how it works. So let's see for this. Let me change the back color to, let's say, black, and let's see. Good. Let me rebuild the solution again, and then let me go back to the form. Now let me start a project. let me see how it looks like. Now you can see that this is how, probably this is how it looks like, right? So let me go to google.com, then I search. You see that it's kind of inside here, right? So let's deal with that later on, right? So I believe from this tab control, I have docked this to the left side, right? Yes, so this also the dock should be for the right side instead, then it will just suit everything, right like that, right? Okay, then the anchor is top left, so let's anchor everywhere, right? So that we can save everything and we are good to go. So as soon as I start the project, you will see that it will just I now have it here. So when I search for google.com, then I search it, you see that it will still be here, right? Good. So let's customize this so that we will get everything done. So this is the menu tab where I will be adding a lot of stuffs here. So let me add a panel once again to this, which will be my main panel. Then I will just bring that one, I will just send that one back, right? And then I will arrange it. But first of all, let me turn the dock to fill. Let me fill everywhere. Then I believe the back color is black, so let me save, rebuild the solution once again, and then go back to my form 1. It needs to appear here. So sorry, let me delete this. Now let me go back to the sidebar, let me put it here. Now you can see that it's there, so let me delete this one, and for this one let me dock it to the left side. Good, and it's right there, right? So as soon as I start this, you'll see that it's there, right? It's there. It's quite interesting. It's quite interesting. So let's work along with this menu stuff. So for this menu, I will just squeeze it a little bit, and then I will just add it up here. Good, but I will just copy and paste it one more time, and this will be my messenger, right? So my messenger, so I'll just go back to my Picon and then search for Facebook. I believe I need to get a Facebook, right? So Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, and then I believe we need to get a help, and then a messenger. Good, and then let's add something like let's see, let's add something like settings, because we're going to implement the strategy or the method of Google Chrome, Opera Mini, right? So let me open Opera Mini and let's see how they did this. But for this section, I'll just quickly import those images in. So I'm going in for the the messenger. Come here, change it to Facebook. Good, and then copy paste it, and then I'll change it to WhatsApp. Good, so let me save this. Let me go back here. Now you can see that messenger, WhatsApp, search, instant search, and then we have my flow, snapshot. So let's add the snapshot, and let's see, speed dial, bookmarks. So we're gonna add bookmarks, right? So let's go back and then let's copy paste this. Let's add a bookmark. So let me add the colored one instead. So we will say bookmarks. Good. And then let's paste it one more time, and then we're going to say that this will be our Twitter. I think we have Twitter, Instagram, sorry. Okay, Instagram. So I believe this should be here, and then this should be here. Yeah, so let's copy paste this one more time, and this is going to be the Twitter. Okay, let's go in for the settings. Good. Now I believe the settings should come down and this should go up. Good. This should be here. Let's copy paste this one more time, and then we will go in for help, right? So we just wanna see how best this works. So we will just rebuild all the solution as well, and then we will go back to our form 1. You see that they will all reflect here, right? Okay, so this image I would like to use let me say forward. I'll just choose something like forward, and then I'll save this. Oh, come on, you've got to be shitting me. Sorry for my language. And then I will say that backward. Okay, so I'll just use, let's see this image right here. Let's see forward. Let me see if I can get that same type. Okay, this is it. Good. So from this angle, I'm gonna change this image, right? So I'm gonna just choose this image, import, and then I'll just say this arrow. Okay, so I believe I'm done. So I'll just rebuild all the solutions, and all is done, right? So I'll just go back here, and then you see that it's done. Don't forget to save your project and then start building your solution. Now this is my browser. Anyway, this is my browser, so I can then search for google.com and then click on search. Now you see that I cannot be it will definitely navigate you to where we are about to go, right? So from this section, you can see that our social media links are right here. So let's give it a little bit spacing, right? So I'll just go back there, highlight everything, space it down a little bit, select this, space it down a little bit, select this, space it down a little bit, work along with that. Good. So for all these stuffs, we will just let's add another panel, or let's say if we can get a line. This is a .NET line and you don't have that line, so let's add a panel. Good. So for this panel, I'll just drop the panel here, and then for the back color I will choose white. Good. So from this section, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm going to copy this, copy paste one more time, bring it here. Good. Paste it one more time, bring it here. Paste it one more time, bring it here. One more time. Oh, sorry. One more time here. One more time here. Good. And then one more time here, and also one more time. Let's add it here. Let's select everything, all these panels, and then let's go to the size of it. Instead of 10, change it to 1. Good. And that is done. Now come here and then position it down a little bit. And I believe for the 51 we can say 40. Good. And then let's position it in the middle, something like this. And then the color we can use control. Good. Okay, so let's save everything. Let's build the solution. Okay, so from this section I'll just rebuild my solution once again, go back to my form, and definitely it should be appearing here, right? It should be appearing here. So to get this done, let me add another one, and let me delete the previous one. Undo that. Okay, let me dock it to the left. Sorry. Good. So it's done. Save your project, start your project. Now you will see that it's very, very nice. Okay, so this is how it is. Okay, so all right, so let's change the back colors of this, right? So go back to the side menu, make sure you select every button here, and then choose the back color to be black as well. Save it, rebuild your solution by going to build, rebuild solution. Good. So I'll just start it once again, and you will see how it looks like. Definitely is very awesome. Good. So let's see if we can implement another thing right here. So I'll just go to google.com, search for this. Now you can see that cannot be reached, can't reach the server, and everything is working perfectly fine. Good. So let's see something from here. Now this is our main size, right? For the that is for the sidebar, right? This is our main size for the sidebar. So go to the sidebar and then copy this size, which is the width and then the height. So I'll just search for notes, sticky notes, and then this is what I'm going to do. Let me first check my time. Okay, 18 minutes. I believe I have a little more time. So my sticky note is loading. Not now. Good. So this note, I will say that this is width, right? And then the width is equals to 58. Daniel, say book na me babebo. And then the height equals to 663, as you can see here. And this is the default, right? This is the default. Okay, so that is the default. Now let's see the expansion, right? So this should be the expansion. So the expansion, the width should be what, and then the height should be what, right? So come to this section. Now extend this to, let's say, this portion, right? To this portion, and let's build it. Good. Now let's go back to the form one. When I add the sidebar, you see that this is how it is, right? And when I dock it to the left side, this is how it's gonna be. So let me quickly start this, and let's see how it works. Now you see this is how it's going to be. But when I go to google.com, it will just tell navigate me right here, right? It will navigate me, but this will be here, right? Good. So let's work on that. So I believe let's delete this, and for this one undo everything. Good. For this one I'll just delete it for now, and this panel here, so I believe mine is quite good. So I'll just add another panel, and I'll add this panel right here, and for this panel I will say the back color to be control, right? So which is white, right? All right, so I'll just add something like this. Good. Then I just rebuild the solution. So after that I will just see the size of the main sidebar, and then I will go here and I can see that the width, the expansion width is 440, and then the height is 663. As you can see, the height is always the same, so don't worry for that. Now from this section I will just squeeze it back again to its default, that is 59, its default size. So I'll just paste the 59. Okay, so that is it. So build the solution once again, right? Build a solution. So here we're going to give it a code which will expand itself, right? So when you come here, you can then delete this once again, and then add it once again, and then dock it to the left side. Good. Save your project. Don't forget to save it. Now we're going to work on this, right? We're going to work on this code. So this button, we will just double click on this button, right? And this is the code we're going to give it to the button. We will say that while we're going to give a code, right? So this is the sidebar, right? So while sidebar dots sidebar, okay, while form 1 dot sidebar 1 dot height. So we're not gonna deal with the height, we're gonna deal with the width, right? Dot width, let's say less than, right? Less than. Then we're gonna add the bigger one, right? We're gonna add the bigger one, so 440, right? So 440. Good. While, so we just want to end the while so that we can see whatever we are doing. Then we will say that from so we will say that from 1 dot width should be +1, I think. +1. Good. I believe this should be the code I'm looking for. From 1 dot sidebar 1 dot width. Good. This is the code I'm looking for. So okay, so plus equals to 1, I believe so. Yes, so this is it. So when I build the solution once again, then okay, let me build this solution once again. Let me start it. Now you will see that as soon as I click on this, it will just expand. Have you seen it? Now you can see that it just expanded, right? It just expanded. Good. So that is the expansion I was talking about. So when I still search for google.com, you will see that it will just navigate me to google.com. Now we need to work on this button right here. Good. So let's see for the expansion. let's go in for the panel, right? So I believe it is um panel 10, right? Good. And for this panel 10, we're gonna dock it to the left. Oh, sorry, undo that. Good. We're gonna anchor it to top, left, right, and left, right, everywhere. We're gonna anchor it. So let's try it once again and let's see if it will expand. Good. So let's see. Now you can see that I just expanded. Good. It just expanded as how I want it to be. This is great. So for this project, let's save this, build it once again. Good. Good. So undo that. Good. Oh, come on. Sorry. I just want to deselect everything. Okay, good. Save your project. Now go to the form 1. Now you can see that the form 1 everything is done here. Now let's go here, click this. Now try like changing the image, right? This is long arrow, so we're gonna go in for long arrow left, right? Good. Remember the name, so open that and still go in for the long arrow right. Okay, good. So we're gonna say that as soon as it reaches to this, we will say that btn forward, right? Btn forward dots back image, background image equals to my dot resources dots. Then we're gonna see search for the long arrow right, left, sorry. Good. So we're gonna search for this. Good. So let's save everything, build your solution once again, and then start it. Now you see that as soon as you click and then it just expand, it will just turn the arrow, change the arrow. You see, I believe you can see this, right? That is the back image, right? The back image of it. So I think we shouldn't deal with the back image, but we should deal with the image, right? Its image. So let's go to the sidebar. Instead of background image, we will say that image. So just pick the image right there. So let's try it once again and let's see if it works. So we just go that. Good. Now you can see that it's been changed. So we want to click it, right? Good. Then we will say that no, let's use if statement right here. So we will say that if btn forward dot image equals to mine dot resources dot long arrow left, then something should happen, right? Something should happen. Why am I seeing this error? I don't need to see this error. Good. Let's try to work along with this. Let's save this. Now I believe we can copy paste this, just duplicate it and then apply this on this. Good. So this image, the name is going to be btn backwards, right? Btn backward. And then let's choose the image to be long left, right? Let's do something like this. Good. And then let's go to the sidebar and then let's delete this code. But instead of that, we will say that btn forward dot visible equals to false, right? Then we say that btn backwards dot visible equals to true. right? So we just save that. Now let's go back to the sidebar. For this backwards, let's turn the visibility to false. Let's save it. Now let's double click on the backwards. So we will just do the same thing, copy the codes, now paste it here. Now instead of plus we will say minus. Hey, keep quiet. We will say minus. Good. So from this section, this is gonna be true, and then this is gonna be false. Good. By this time the width is gonna be this 59, right? So let's work along with this. 59. Good. So I believe we are done. Rebuild your solution by going to project, rebuild, then you are done. So let's try it out and see. Good. So we can just now expand it a little bit. Good. And now you see that it turns back. When I click on it, I'm expecting it to come back, right? So let's see something here. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, so it's greater, so it should be less than. Sorry. Okay, so that is it. I didn't change the arrow. Save everything and rebuild your solution. Now start it. Now you can see that when I expand it, it is coming. Good. When I just click it, it should be back, right? It should send me back. All right, so I believe I'm having some challenges concerning that. Let's try to work it out and see. Plus equals 1 from 1 the sidebar, less than. I believe that is all, but I'm having some challenges here. Build the solution once again. Good. Let me see my time. Okay, 32 minutes. I have a shorter period of time to work on. Now we will add the same code to this, and yes, so on our next lesson we're going to see how we can implement a lot of stuff in this, right? Good. So the rating and then the other stuff, we're gonna see how we can work on that so that everything is going to be fun. So today we learned how to let me first of all delete this and then bring it once again, which is the sidebar, and then let me dock it to the left side. Good. Let's save it. So but bear in mind that you can say that instead of +1 you can say +5, +5 -5, and it will just do the animation for you as how you want it to be. Now you see that it's fast, and then it will just it's fast. Good. So it depends on what you want to do, right? It depends on what you want to do. But I would like to set the back color of the panel, which is my panel 10, to black as well. Save it and don't forget to build your solution to get everything done. Now let's start it once again. Let's see. Wow. And I believe this is quite interesting. Good. So yes, that is it. Good. So yes, as you can see, everything is working perfectly fine. And on our next lesson we're going to see how we can work along with this, because when you go to Opera Mini, you can see that when you click on let's say when you click on this, it just pin it. We will do all those stuff, right? So that you don't worry. When you click on this here, just you see this, right? we will try to work along with all these stuff so that we can get a dark theme and then a light theme, and we will be working on all those stuffs, wallpaper, all of them will be very interested. So okay, I believe that is very nice of our browser, and I believe we are we are moving forward gradually. Yes. So for this, let's see something from here. Let's search for a browser, right? So we will search for any browser icon. Okay, so from this section we're going to search for um you know we want to see if we can get a browser image. This is the Opera, but we don't need Opera. This is Safari. We don't need Safari. We want something so simple but unique, right? Okay, this is Google Chrome, so we don't need Google Chrome. All right, let's use this image. I prefer we use this image right here. So let's save this as our globe, but first of all we can still save this as an icon file. Good. So I believe we will save this as an icon as well. Okay, good. Now let's turn it back to PNG and we are done. Good. So from our main form one, let's do some adjustments right here. The window start position, let's center it. Now you can see the icon, so let's choose the icon from our browser, the one we did, and it's gonna work perfectly fine. Now let's go to this advanced browser. That will be the test for this. So we're just gonna say Node 3 browser pro, right? Good. So let's select this, and if you don't have this, don't worry, it will work fine for you. So this is how I want to do mine, and I want to add a picture box, right? I just want to add a normal picture box. Now just shrink it down, then I will just choose the image I just saved, this globe. Yes. And then for the style I'll just choose stretch. Good. So just stretch it for me, and then for the back color I will prefer to use this color right here. Oh, undo that, copy, come here, paste it. Let me see if the transparency. Okay, so the transparency worked. Let's build the solution once again, start it, and now you can see that it's right there. And when I go to my start, you see that the icon also is right here. Good. So guys, I believe this project is quite more interesting, right? It's quite more interesting. So that is our browser anyway. So this is our browser. Now this status strip, we can change it to any color we want, and let's say google.com. Then we search, it should be able to search for us, and as you can see, let me go to youtube.com and let me search that one too. Now you see that youtube.com, when I go back, it will navigate me back to google.com, right? Okay, so I believe guys we are done for today's lesson. On our next lesson we're going to see how we can implement this sidebar as well, so that when you click it, it will just push up, then everything will be successfully done. And we will be working on the the bookmarks as well. So Charlie, until we meet again, have a nice day, and I'm out.